Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the Medium by Design. I thought I would take you today with me on my walk early morning before the sun rises because it's so damn hot here. And I just feel like there's some stuff I want to go over with everybody as we're trying to get through this 2020 insanity chaos. There's only a few of us out, some people walking, some people running. But the craziness is, as we got through last week, I lucked out. I got a kitchen remodel, which I usually don't like to work in the summer, and I usually don't like to stay here in Arizona because I'm a snowbird and I like to go travel with the RV in the summer. But things change daily, especially in 2020, but I've had this before. So anyway, last week I really started noticing people's behavior, and people actually it was more than last week, it's been going on for a few weeks, where people just seem to be trying to get away with stuff. And I can't understand what the point and the intention of people is. It's like, your world is your world. Your reality is your reality. You have integrity. You have a way of being. You don't have to change that just because other people are acting like idiots, and ignorant to what's going on in the world or whatever. Whatever your take on what's going on should not affect the way that you behave and your integrity and your honesty and the way you do business and the way you treat people. And yet that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people trying to get away with all kinds of shit. And I have to call it out. Especially the people that I work with. Morning. So, a couple of things that came up. Some of my closest friends who are addicted to listening to other people and the information that's being spread around the internet, which 50% of it is probably true about what's going on behind the scenes. But then there's always a percentage of stuff that you listen to that's not true, that is fake, that is made up by people, and you have to discern. So I'm listening to one of my dearest friends, and she's finally got affected by other people's experiences, their life experiences, what they're going through. And it was difficult times for a few people, and she was empathically feeling the energy of the difficulties that they're going through. Now that's empathy, right? That's when we feel someone else's circumstances, their emotions, what they're going through. Now that is normal. That is a human experience, but many of us have been programmed to never feel anything and never sense and just shut down our hearts, which is why heart disease is one of the biggest problems, especially in the US, because people don't want to use their heart, they want to use their brain to figure out everything that's going on in their lives. Well, now, with a year of chaos and continuing into 2021, which you will see, there's more shit to come. And I don't say that to scare anybody. I don't want you to be afraid of what's coming and what's going on. We should be plowing forward with confidence that things are working out for our favor. That's what we need to be doing. But no, people are afraid to go out. They're afraid to be with another person. There's still people hibernating because they're deathly afraid of getting sick. Well, the truth is, most of us will not die if we get this stupid virus. Most people will not. Yes, you're hearing stories about people who are really, really sick, some deathly sick, but that's an individual experience. I have to do this kitchen job, so I'm around all these guys, the crew. Everybody's fine. Yes, some people did get the virus. Oh my God, they got the virus! And it lasted 2 weeks and they were fine. And now they're back to work. So the majority of people, that's the experience they're going to have. They're going to have it, and they're going to get over it just like they got over every other illness they had in their lifetime. Yes, there are some that are going to die. They're going to die. But that's life. You have to calm down. And the reason I'm so riled up is because I'm dealing with two streams of reality at the same time. One of them is everywhere I go, people are loving, caring, respectful, beautiful, service-oriented, getting my needs, not needs, but the requests that I have, getting them accomplished and doing them really, really well. So that's one perfect stream. That's the stream that I set my intentions. And if you watch the video of the intention setting of the job that I'm on now, you would see that I really do set very high intentions. And then I expect people to follow that, which sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. And then we have to clear that shit, which is what we did on Thursday. So if you're one of those people that's walking around like a know-it-all and you feel like you have nothing else to learn, I really do feel sorry for you. Because this year, you better start opening your mind to different ways of reality. Because our reality is being forced to change. And I'm not saying that to scare anybody, and I'm not saying that that's a negative thing. But I am saying if you think everything's going to stay the same, and you try to force it to stay the same, guess what? You'll be suffering. You have to be loose now. There's no way around it. You have to be loose. You have to let things just go in and out. And that brings me to the people thing. I have been teaching about people and relationships and dealing with divorces and people with our endings, the endings that we have to go through in life. I have been dealing with this for a long time, counseling people and helping people. And I'm doing it right now. You know, even before we started the job. One of the guys, 9 years, I know this great man. And there's a problem in relationships. And the funny thing is, I saw this on the last job last year, and I brought it to his attention. And this year, I waited a year to get some feedback, which, you know, I can't get any feedback from anybody unless they want to share. So I don't ask any questions. I just tell them what Spirit shows me and what Spirit tells me. And I just let it lay there. You know, hopefully it helps them. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I just keep moving on. And that's what I'm learning a lot about all of us now. Many of us, not everybody. Many of us have to keep moving on and keep walking away from people and experiences, you know, almost like forced endings, I guess you could say. And if we don't, then there's more suffering because we're not supposed to be around these people anymore. And we just don't get it. You know, people are still saying, oh, you know, maybe if we have a conversation and we could work this out. Well, I'm starting to think that's only 50% of the people want to work things out. The rest want to do it their way. And if their way is the old way in any way, then they're probably going to be dumped and left behind. Because the new ways are coming in faster and faster and faster. Now, if I talk about it energetic-wise, we're talking about new waves of energy, and I've done lots of energy videos about how the energy of the Earth, the planet, and our bodies is changing. And, you know, if you're not feeling it, God bless you. That's just great. I'm so glad that you're not having any experience at all. But there are millions of people around the globe experiencing things that they cannot put a handle on. They cannot define. They don't know what's going on. So they turn to people like me and all the other great spiritual people that are getting messages left and right about our current times. But even us, you have to watch us and you have to discern what makes sense to you at this point. Somewhere down the road, everything I say may make perfect sense. May. Because even I'm not sure. You know, I get this information and I have to assimilate it and understand, and I have to go with the vision, because remember, those of you that know me know that Jesus shows up very often explaining things, showing me things about our bodies, bringing up things from the past, all the way back to the pyramid times. And there was a lot of teachers that were talking about remembering, and you'll see this on Gaia TV shows. There's a new young kid on Gaia talking about his memories and past lives. Interesting, and I can do that too. I have a lot to tell you about past lives. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you might have a memory, and you might have to deal with that. And though that memory may be contrary to your beliefs and what you know now. And that's the thing you have to try to, I use the word integrate. You're integrating the old knowledge of your soul and the new. And that's a job. That takes a little effort. But you can do it because your soul knows your history. It's not new. It's your mind that doesn't know. So that's the part you have to kind of allow yourself to understand, is that the soul is really in charge and your mind is trying to catch up. And you're going to see this, you're going to have this on many planes. 2020 and 2021, a lot of you are going to experience realities clashing because the old is trying to merge and catch up with the new. And in our bodies, most of it happens in the mind, but even the cells are having trouble. So people are having weird illnesses and things because the body's trying to change, trying to keep up. So what is the main advice for this time? Well, those of us that really do know we come from a great creator that is love-based. I know a lot of souls out on the street, they just don't know it. They don't know what they're made of, and that's fine as long as they don't wreak havoc, which a lot of them are, because they're just ignorant to the power that they have to create something better. And that's frustrating because I have to witness all this asinine behavior and try not to be judgmental and just realize they're ignorant, they don't know. Maybe someday they'll wake up, maybe they won't, but I have to keep moving. I got to keep moving away from that and towards the people that know that we have purpose. So, anyway, once you understand that these changes are inevitable and you can't keep things the old way, and you understand that love is very important, love base, you have to take steps, including myself. I don't leave myself out of this. Even I got to take steps to get more love going in my life. And it starts with the self-love. So, this is a good year to reevaluate. Where have I not loved myself? Have I been staying up too late? And this is going to go back to basics. Remember, I try not to speak too high, above anybody, where a lot of these spiritual leaders, their lingo changes over the years and they start speaking above everybody and expect you to catch up. I'm like, no, I'll use plain old English. Everything can be watered down to make sense. And if I start talking above people, you can write me and say, hey, who do you think you are? You're speaking too high. But one of my things throughout my whole life was trying to bring these concepts down to a common denominator where most people would understand, and then they could continue learning and growing on their own. And I would just be planting seeds. So, just like we're doing today, planting seeds. So, self-evaluation, which over the course of my lifetime, people, they don't think that they have to analyze anything. They don't think they have to do critical thinking. But man, if you can't critically think and discern what is right for you and what is bullshit in your life that you don't need, like listening to all the news and even, the dark state stuff, how much of that do we really need? Lately I've been talking to my friends and I'm saying a lot of people are name calling about people that are involved with things that are beyond our comprehension. You know, love-based people, they can't understand torture or sacrifice. You know, that's like ancient ritual bullshit. And I'm sure it's going on. I'm not denying that anything's going on. But the truth is, why do we need to know all this shit? You know? How is that helping our lives? And I said it to a friend yesterday. I'm like, you're listening to all of these people spew what they think they know, and they might know something. I'm not saying people don't know shit. But how is that affecting you directly? That's the discernment. Is it helping me do a better kitchen job? Is it helping me to find my purpose, my greater purpose? Is it helping me to become a better writer? Is it helping me to become a better speaker? Most of it's not. Most of it is hearsay and gossip and name calling. And you know, that's right from the Bible. Gossip is not okay. You know, if you don't have proof about something, saying somebody's name and acting like you know is a charade. You know, and it's bullshit. So, yes, there are movements and people are disseminating, I hope I got that right, the word right. They're giving out information. And if the information is true and disclosure is true and that things are going to come to the surface and we're going to know who's who, great. I'm all for it. But in the meantime, a lot of this information is just gossip. So my advice is take everything with a grain of salt and ask your guides. If it's true, let it be known. That's what I would do. And then I'd go one step further, because getting back to the self-love thing, if you are working on self-love, then you have to say, how does this fit in my life? Does this fit? Does this have a purpose? 95% of the information has no purpose for you. None at all. Except to stroke your ego and make you believe that you're on the inner circle and you know things. You know, oh, I know. Yes, there are things happening behind the scenes that the public doesn't know. Yes, that's true. Yes, there are people hurting other people. And there are crimes against humanity. Yes, that's all true. However, in my neighborhood, there is nothing going on. There is no torture. There is no violence. Yes, there are some shootings, but that's a very small percentage of reality. So, and that's what you have to weigh out. You have to look at your reality and what's happening. And if there's something you need to clean up, clean it up, move on. If it has nothing to do with you, walk away. And that's most of the shit. You're walking away from the lower behaviors and lower frequency people and letting them play in the dirt with themselves and the others that think that's really important. Anyway, I think that's enough talk for now. And I usually don't move the camera when I'm doing this, but you know, this was my inspiration. I hope it helps. And I hope you have a glorious, glorious day knowing that you are a light in the world and that light shines without any other bullshit overlaying your light. So, God bless, and may the angels walk us through another great day. And there's so much more to come, especially on this kitchen job, which those videos will be up at some point. And here we go. Let's have another great day.